Fascinating, crazy, and maybe a bit scary. It seems we are talking not just about using something to help humans in their jobs, but about replacing them altogether. Could this become the new normal on a large scale? We are one step closer to seeing that reality. This month, a tech startup called Figure launched a humanoid robot called Figure 1. You can have conversations with it thanks to its integration with OpenAI. At this point, you might be thinking that we have seen robots like this before over the years, whether from Boston Dynamics or Tesla. What's different about this one? Well, let's first take a look at the robot's demo before going into details. Keep in mind that this demo, according to the company, is unedited and real-time, but for the sake of brevity, I have shortened some parts. After seeing how well it performed those tasks in the human-style conversation, some of you will be impressed, others excited, and some even a little scared. According to the company, this bot is not being operated by anyone. It is capable of carrying on full conversations with people and responding to external stimuli. And that is one of the main differences between Figure 1 and other Android robots that we have seen so far. But let's take a step back. How did a startup founded only in 2022 manage to advance so much? Who backs Figure and what are their intentions? Given what NVIDIA just announced last week, are we heading towards an AI-powered robotics race? And most importantly, how do these advances in robotics and AI affect all of us? We'll take a look at all of that and do a roundup of the latest robots in this episode. So sit back and pay close attention. It all started in the wake of the pandemic. At that time, robot sales started to skyrocket, reaching a record high in 2022 as the workforce shrank. These robots were the kind used in warehouses and assembly lines, the kind of predictable environment that was the low-hanging fruit for training and deploying robots. And it is in this context that Figure AI emerges, founded in 2022. Figure AI Inc. is a California-based technology startup focused on general-purpose humanoid robots. In just 1 year since its inception, the company raised $70 million, but has recently raised an impressive $675 million and is now valued at $2.6 billion, officially becoming a unicorn. And you know it's serious business when giants like Microsoft, NVIDIA, Jeff Bezos, Intel Capital, and many others have become investors. Figure's mission, according to its website, is to expand human capabilities through advanced AI. They aim to do this by specifically targeting the workforce. According to Figure, the workforce is shrinking. They mention that there are 10 million unfilled jobs in the United States, 7 million of which are for essential roles such as warehousing, transportation, and retail. And there are only 6 million people available to fill these open positions, while key warehouse providers predict they will run out of people to hire by 2024. As we reach the upper limits of our production capacity, humanoids will join the workforce with the ability to think, learn, and interact with their environment safely. Brett Adcock, the founder of Figure, is no stranger to the tech industry. He previously founded 2 other companies, Vati and Archer Aviation. Vati is an online talent marketplace and was acquired for $100 million in 2018. Archer Aviation is now publicly traded and is working on building electric vertical takeoff and landing, eVTOL aircraft. With his experience, Adcock has built a team of industry veterans, including professionals who have worked at Boston Dynamics, Google DeepMind, and Tesla. Perhaps his biggest breakthrough has come in the form of his partnership with OpenAI. In a press release in February 2024, Figure announced its collaboration, which will help to accelerate Figure's commercial timeline by enhancing its robot's ability to process and reason from natural language using OpenAI's research and large multimodal models. In simple terms, this allows you to have full conversations with the robot, and I suspect it will also make it better at computer vision. So ultimately, the idea is simple. Build autonomous humanoid robots to address the global labor shortage and do just that. The first AI robot is here. Let's start by analyzing how the robot actually works. First of all, every action and behavior in the video was learned and not teleoperated. The robot is equipped with cameras and microphones, so when someone speaks and asks it to do something, the transcribed texts and images from the cameras are captured in a large multimodal model trained by OpenAI to understand both text and images. The model processes the entire conversation including previously shared images, and then decides which specifically learned closed-loop action to take, selecting and loading the relevant neural network configurations on the GPU, and then executing it. The mechanical action of the Figure 1 is fast at 200 Hz, which basically means that after it knows what to do, it sends instructions 200 times per second. That's 5 milliseconds of reaction time for all those micro adjustments. Humans have a reaction time of around 250 milliseconds, and funnily enough, a cat's reaction time is around 30 milliseconds. So essentially, they are using a combination of different neural networks to classify the audio and visual inputs, understand them, and then perform the appropriate actions. It's really amazing. There is still some latency between speaking and getting a response, and I believe that is mostly on the OpenAI side, although we don't know the intricate details of the integration. Voice instructions probably still have to go up to a server and come back. You can see the same lag issue when playing with ChatGPT's voice, so there is still work to be done if these robots are going to be used in large-scale commercial applications. Imagine an emergency response robot just standing there for 10 seconds while someone is having a heart attack. Some are attacking, others are simply not impressed. Months ago, Figure showed a demo of the robot making coffee. Back then, some people asked if the robots were also learning bad habits from the training data. The Figure robot is also not the best at walking, but we can't be too hard on it. It is still an early-stage product. As I always say, criticizing is easy, but building is hard. Also, with such an incredible amount of investment and very few demo videos to show, some have even made comparisons to a certain Trevor Milton. Overall, this is an exciting time for the robotics industry, so the playing field for Figure AI is not going to be desolate at all. Let's take a quick look at the latest in the industry. First, there is this robot Digit, which is manufactured by Agility Robotics and backed by Amazon. So far, robots could only replace part of a human job, enough to make coffee or an omelet. But this is Digit, a robot that its creators say is ready to do what human warehouse workers do and can lift around 35 pounds. The robot weighs about what a person would weigh and can reach what a person can reach. They are aiming to comply with regulations and requirements, such as OSHA for the robot. Agility Robotics is funded in part by Amazon, which is investing $1 billion in new industrial technologies. The fact that a robot can enter places designed for humans and solve those challenges that exist without having to rebuild the environment for automation is impressive. These cost around $250,000, so they're not cheap, but in just a few years, they'll be worth it. Digit robots will be deployed in Amazon warehouses, and the company aims to produce 10,000 units per year. This is a fascinating time, as it seems we are moving towards not only using technology to assist humans in their jobs, but to replace them altogether. Is it possible that this trend will become the norm on a large scale? Although some companies argue that technology is designed to improve human productivity or make work easier, the reality is that it is now being designed to directly replace human workers. Take, for example, Amazon warehouse workers, one of the largest sources of employment in America, where many people seek to work. We are at a historical turning point, where the question is no longer whether technology could replace certain jobs, but that we are facing technologies specifically created for that purpose. Now let's move on to Abtronic, which is a robot designed to optimize logistics in warehouses, capable of operating for 22 hours a day with only a battery change every so often. It is expected to start shipping in 2025. In addition, the company is collaborating with NASA on the development of Valkyrie, a robot designed for high-risk environments and possibly for space missions. Toyota and Hyundai are also dabbling in robotics, albeit with a seemingly less intense focus than other competitors. In contrast, the Figure 1 robot is distinguished by its ability to interact using natural language, facilitating the performance of tasks in a more intuitive way. This concept is not new. A year ago, Cold Fusion presented a similar project from Google. At that time, the concept and the robot were incipient, and their performance was limited. Recently, Elon Musk showed Tesla's Optimus robot performing household tasks, such as folding clothes, although it was not initially autonomous. However, significant progress has been made, with the Tesla robot performing a variety of household tasks, skills that benefit from Tesla's experience in autonomous driving. Despite these advances, it seems that the natural language component has yet to be fully incorporated. Now let's Robot Atlas. It's time to talk about Boston Dynamics Atlas Robot, which has proven to be one of the most agile robots to date, capable of organizing objects and performing acrobatics such as backflips. However, it is not identical to the Figure 1 robot. While Atlas prioritizes mobility, Figure 1 is designed to perform more detailed and precise tasks, with a particular focus on manual dexterity, evidenced by its articulated fingers. This ability is especially valuable in factory environments, where assembly tasks often require precision and are performed in a fixed position. On the other hand, NVIDIA has launched Project Groot, a foundational model for humanoid robots with the purpose of facilitating natural language understanding and imitation of human movements. This project seeks to accelerate the ability of robots to learn coordination and dexterity, allowing them to adapt and interact effectively with their environment. The convergence of computer graphics, physics, and artificial intelligence marks a significant milestone in this field, promising exciting advances in humanized robotics. We are at an exciting point in the evolution of robotics, with significant advances that are changing the way robots learn and operate. NVIDIA, for example, has developed systems such as Isaac Sim, which allow robots to learn to move in a simulated environment. This innovative approach reduces the need for extensive real-world training and allows the skills acquired in the simulation to be transferred to other robots, thus creating a shared knowledge base. NVIDIA has great ambitions for its Groot robots, seeking to make them capable of understanding human language, perceiving and navigating their environment, and performing a variety of tasks. Training begins with video simulation, which helps the model intuitively understand physics and accurately model robots in a virtual space. This teaches them to move and interact with terrain, objects, and other robots effectively. Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, has described this process as a gym for robots, where they can learn the basics much faster than in the real world. The collaboration between leading technology companies such as NVIDIA, Boston Dynamics, Agility Robotics, Abtronic, and Figure AI indicates that a standard is being formed in the industry. OpenAI provides foundational models. NVIDIA offers the processing hardware and software packages, and various manufacturers are creating a wide range of robotic bodies. The reason we are seeing these advances now, rather than in previous decades, is due to generative AI and the latest generations of machine learning models. These allow robots to understand and adapt to their environment dynamically, without the need for intensive manual programming. The changes we expect to see in the next 5 to 10 years are expected to surpass everything that has happened in the last 30 years. We have gone from automating manual tasks, such as using spreadsheets, to interconnecting PCs in local networks, and then connecting networks to create the internet. We are witnessing the incorporation of a new layer of technology in artificial intelligence, which includes machine learning, deep learning, and neural networks. This advance is propelling what is called automation of automation, where systems not only execute predefined tasks, but also have the ability to learn and adapt autonomously, which is radically transforming the nature of work and programming. The evolution of automation has been remarkable. Those who have followed technological development will remember the discussions from more than a decade ago, which predicted how manual jobs would be replaced by robots. However, with the recent rise of AI, we have seen that jobs that require cognitive skills have been the first to be transformed. According to McKinsey, in 2017, only 20% of companies implemented AI, while now the figure has increased to 50%. This change has led to many companies reducing their workforce, challenging the popular belief that AI would mainly affect manual jobs. Goldman Sachs reported that more than 300 million jobs could be affected by AI, especially in sectors such as legal, architectural, engineering, business and financial operations, management, sales, healthcare, art and design. In addition, the cost of robots and their components is expected to decrease significantly, which will accelerate their adoption by businesses. In relation to BMW and the Figure 1 robot, it might seem that there is still some time before these humanoid robots go into production. However, Figure has shown proactivity by partnering with BMW manufacturing even before its public demonstration. They have agreed to test the Figure 1 robot at BMW's plant in Spartanburg, South Carolina. While we are still waiting for detailed reports on the one's performance and the specific tasks it will perform, this is a clear indication that the integration of advanced robots in the automotive industry could be closer than we think. In conclusion, humanoid robots like the Figure 1 lead us to wonder about the future of technology and humanity. Do you think robots will completely replace humans, or will they simply free us from repetitive tasks? Remember that if you want to join this AI revolution and not be left behind, check out the link in the description. Adapt or die.